What makes Dylan Dessou kind of a matchup problem?
Good question. He's skilled, right? He's skilled. He's got great size. He can score facing the basket. He can score with his back to the basket. You're playing with a bigger guy. He's got quickness that he can get by and a high skill level. You're playing with a smaller guy. He can take him inside and score without a dribble. Really good at catching, facing, shooting right away, or turning and shooting his floater. And then he rebounds at a high rate, and defensively he does a great job with blocking shots, challenging shots, and so he's just all around a really good player.
I know it didn't unfold this way through the first chunk of minutes the other day, but you thought this would be a good shooting team for you guys this year. Are you starting to turn into the shooting team you thought you'd be?
Yeah, we're getting there. We keep improving, and we're learning to take the right shots, and so that's helpful.
Is there anything to the fact that going into the Sprint Center, the T-Mobile Center, you guys have played there, you've won there already this year? Is there help with mentality at all?
Man, I would like to believe so, but last year we played there, won there, and then went in and ran into TCU, which was a bad matchup for us, with Mike Miles, and we didn't win. So, I mean, it's the hardest game to win is the first one in any tournament, and we just have to just go and try to be the best version of ourselves.
And then I have to believe that, like, since Cincinnati, you guys have kind of been in that survive and advance type mentality, or I guess maybe since KU. And is that become even more pronounced whenever you're in kind of a neutral type tournament venue like Big 12 tournament?
I've been watching, and the guys obviously been watching all these conference tournaments, and you see teams, who was it? East Tennessee State was down 20 and came back and sent it to overtime and ended up winning. And you see the guys from Chattanooga, they're crying, right? The season's over, the finality of it. And, what really helps in this time is, do these guys want to spend another day together, right? Do they love being with each other, and they don't want this thing to end, so they're going to do everything they can. And it's not that the teams that lost didn't, but that's why those games, through all the conference tournaments, have been so great, and that's what makes the Big 12 so great. Every game is like a tournament game, and I think every team right now, it doesn't matter who you are, they're playing like it's your last game, because it just means so much to you.
And then how much have you kind of seen that through a guy like Tyler or a guy like Will, or this is their last college postseason, no matter what happens?
Yeah, no, it's easy when you say them, but what Tyler and Will and those guys need is for Day-Day to feel the same way, right? And in preparation and in practice, and Buddy to feel the same way, and RJ to feel the same way. That's really where you need to see it, because if those guys see it that way, then they bring a different edge to practice, which then helps us get better, because we have to keep getting better. It's the team that will improve the most between now and when the season ends that'll go the furthest.
Arthur said after the Iowa State win that winning builds momentum, and obviously they need to take that into practice and preparation leading into the game. So just how has the practice and preparation been?
Well, yesterday was really good because we had an off day. And today was good. Winning, like, for some teams, like, really might propel you, but for other teams, sometimes it causes them to relax. These guys, they operate way better when their backs are against the wall, and so, I want them to feel the wall, right? I want them to feel the wall there on their back, and that it's on the line, and because that's when they bring their best.
And you guys have been outspoken about needing to win multiple games in Kansas City. So how is it maybe a challenge to get your guys to lock in and focus on just this one against Texas?
No, I don't know that who's been outspoken about winning two, right? I think if we look at our resume right now compared to other teams on the bubble, we have as good of a resume. My statement all along has been 9 wins in this conference, and you were going to get in, right? For sure. It didn't mean that 8 doesn't get you in or 7 doesn't get you in. Like last year, I think West Virginia was 7-11 and they got in. So that's not the thing. I just knew what I had to put in front of our guys so they understood that you do this and then you're gonna get in. And then if it's less than that, then now it's people's judgments. But I think if you put our resume up against anybody else's blind, the teams that are on the bubble, our quad 1 wins, our no losses and quad 3s and 4s, our strength of schedule because of the league we play in. I like our schedule now. I think it's Bob Huggins that said one time, if first is available, why go for second, right? And so we're going up there to try and win a championship, a Big 12 championship, but you can't win it unless you win the first game. And so that's why we're only focused on the first game.
I was curious if you could take a second and explain how you teach good shots from not good shots.
Well, I coached a kid named Tweety Carter, and man, Tweety could take some shots, and when they was going in, they was good shots, and if they wasn't going in, they might be bad shots. And there was some shots that people would think are bad shots for Tweety, or Lace Darius Dunn, that were good shots. Marquise Noel took some shots last year. Keontae Johnson took some shots last year that if they didn't go in, we'd be like, I don't know if that was a good shot, but thankfully they went in. So, we try to take shots where we're on balance, right? And we go up and take off on 2, land on 2. The more times we can take shots where we take off on 2 and land on 2, our percentages go way up. But really good players are usually guarded pretty well, and they have to take some tough shots. It's just about at what time in the game or what time on the shot clock are they taking those tough ones.
It seems to me that part of the resume thing is that you didn't win games early in the non-con big. Do you feel that is the case?
Well, I think there's a couple metrics within the net that, because they cap your win at 15, right? And so anything over 15, you don't get any points for. But apparently, your offensive efficiency and your defensive efficiency allow you to boost that metrics. I was just always told just win, right? Win games, and that's what we did. All 3 quad 3 and quad 4 games we won. Our only losses are the quad 1s and quad 2s. Those are really good teams that we've played, and we don't have any bad losses, and we have top 25 wins and 3 top 10 wins. And so, that stacks up with pretty much anybody in the country.
It seemed like the game in Austin was like what most coaches these days would call a rock fight.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? And if so, are you expecting a similar game now, or is it too easy to maybe think that way and every game is itself? We
like rock fights. So, we're all about it. We want to make it a rock fight. That's where we operate best. And we can't allow them. They're so athletic, and they have weapons, and we can't let them get up and down in transition. And, we have to make them play in the half court. And, they got 2 prolific scorers, and then Tyrese Hunter has been playing like his game against Oklahoma. He looked like a first-team all-conference guy in that game, and it's going to be tough. We need to make it, a real gritty, grimy, low-scoring type game.
You think you're going to like playing the first game of the session, or does it matter?
No, I do, because you get the 60 minutes to warm up rather than the 30 for the in-between games.
TP and Art got honorable mention all Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
Were you disappointed by any of the voting? Justified? Were there guys left out? What were your thoughts?
To the winners go the spoils, man. If you, Houston, I haven't even seen the teams. I saw that they were, but I would assume that Houston got a couple guys on there, maybe 3 in the first 2 teams, and I would think Iowa State should have gotten 2 or 3 guys in there. And, that's when you're at the top of the league. Baylor was 3rd, so I'm sure they got 1 or 2 guys in there. The teams that win get those things, and they deserve it.
How much of an advantage can the fans give you guys?
Huge, man. Yes, I'm hoping to get to experience. Like, we didn't take advantage of it last year, right? And I'm hoping that we do what we're supposed to, or have a chance to allow our fans to be an advantage for us.
How much, just like with the Iowa State game, you played them early in the Big 12 season. How much growth have you seen from this group since you played in Austin to today?
Yeah, no, I think we're playing a lot better. We're taking, just better shots, and I think the desperation of the time and their backs against the wall is gonna bring a different energy to. But I thought we played with great energy down there. We just didn't execute some things. We missed some layups. And then they made some big plays when they needed to. So, and whenever you play somebody on their home court, it's tough to win, and they took care of business like they were supposed to. But I mean, we were right there. One of those, like a 1 or 2 possession game, and so I've seen a lot of growth in our team.
Coach, is there anything you can say about David Gasson that you haven't already? I mean, he's just done such an amazing job, and under the circumstances, it's just admirable, I think.
Yeah, no, David's fought through and continues to fight through this knee injury, and his sacrifice for the team is, it's really special. It shows how much he cares about our basketball program, about his teammates, about our university, and so and to be able to perform the way he's been performing through the injury is, just fills my heart, and just to think, like, if we can get him healthy, like, how much more he can improve, how much more he's going to be able to do, and so excited about the future.
You may not want to go there on that one, but is there a possibility of him getting better as this whatever's left for the season?
Well, we have to manage it and just give him the opportunity to be his best version of himself on game day, and so we're managing his reps at practice, and he's doing everything he can, just to take care of himself, working with Luke and Phil, and so.
Yeah, sorry. No, you're fine. You after the game on Saturday, you mentioned when you were talking to the fans about the adversity that you guys have fought through this year, on the court, off the court. I was just curious, as far as for you, how much support has kind of your leadership system, the people above you, given you guys to kind of help kind of fight through that and kind of keep upright through the harder portions of that adversity?
The administration here, everyone that's above me have been incredible in supporting us, and I appreciate it, whether it's from text messages or showing up to support, phone calls. Just the encouragement has been great, and everybody understands it. But to me, what means the most is the way our staff has responded. Right, like. We could have hung our heads, we could have pouted, we could make excuses, and but we haven't done that one time. And just we've given these guys our very best, and I feel like they've given us their very best. And the things that happen cause guys, whether it's injuries or whatever, cause guys to have to their roles were going to change rather than what we saw, and then we had to figure out how to help them in those roles. And I feel like staff's done an unbelievable job with that, and the guys have done a great job of embracing it. And that's why I know we got better basketball ahead of us, because we continue to improve, and we talk about being 1% better every day, and every day I see improvement.